So the latest reveal stream for the Rise of Iron brought along a new Vidoc called Forged in Fire, and this shows off all sorts of crazy new stuff that we haven't seen before, including tons of new gameplay and some really interesting stuff on exotics, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on in this video. So one of the biggest new features being introduced in the Rise of Iron is something called Ornaments. These are essentially a new way for us to customize our exotic weapons and armor. Well, in this Vidoc we got a better look at some of the new ornaments that are going to be coming, and I'm just going to say these things look absolutely insane. So first off we have Monte Carlo. This is the first example that we saw, and as you can see, this first ornament turns the weapon red and black. This just looks awesome. So kind of like the year 2 version of Soros Regime, you can now turn your Monte Carlo black and red using an ornament. There's also another ornament for Monte Carlo that turns the weapon gold. This looks awesome. After Monte Carlo, we've got to look at two of the ornaments that are going to be available for HAWKMOON, and these are probably my favourite ornaments that we've seen so far. So this first one turns the weapon black and gold, and this just looks absolutely beautiful. I love the way this gun looks, just with a simple colour change. And here's the other ornament that gives the gun a blood splatter along the barrel, which just looks incredible. It's really cool just to see how drastic some of the differences are in some of these skins. So those are just two of the exotics that we're familiar with that are going to be receiving ornaments. After that we've got to look at a completely new exotic, and that is this weapon right here called Nemesis Star. This is a new exotic heavy machine gun, and as you can tell by the decals on the weapon, this is manufactured by the foundry called Nadir. So far the Nemesis Star is the only Nadir weapon that we've seen, so either this is the only Nadir weapon that's going to be coming in the Rise of Iron, or this is something that Bungie are keeping a secret and could be updating the gunsmith with more Nadir weapons. So we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, this is a really cool looking exotic. It's got 4 barrels as you can see, and this is just the default look. And here is what it looks like with an ornament applied. This one is called Meteorite. It turns the entire weapon red as you can see, with this sort of battered look and the paint peeling off towards the end of the barrel. And here's the other skin called Silver Bullet, and this gives the weapon this sort of steel grey look that's very battle worn. So that is really cool. I'm really digging the look of these new ornaments. These ornaments are probably one of my top favourite features being introduced with the Rise of Iron. It's just such a cool way to make weapons look a little bit more unique and just add a bit more variety to the game. It's going to be really cool to see what other skins other weapons have. Some of the other confirmed weapons that are going to be receiving ornaments are the Mida Multitool, Invective, Telesta, Zalo Supercell, and of course the exotic Kvostov. Speaking of which, in the Vidoc we got a glimpse at another one of the skins that are going to be available for the Kvostov that adds this Warmind logo to the side of the weapon, so that is really interesting. Now ornaments aren't just exclusive to exotics, there's also going to be a few legendary armor sets that can have ornaments applied to them that add some really cool effects to the armor that just add a bit more flair. So the first example, as you can see right here, this Titan is wearing the Iron Lord armor set, and it's got this fiery effect along the chest and the visor and various other parts of the body, including the wolf's eyes. This is the effect that you will see when you apply an ornament to the Iron Lord armor set, and this is the same effect that you will see on the Hunter and Warlock armor, as you can see right here. Each armor set will have a unique effect that can be applied through ornaments. So as you can see right here, here is the new Trials armor. The ornament for the new Trials armor adds this sort of holographic effect around the armor, and here's a better view of the Trials armor set with the ornament applied to it. And lastly, the Raid armor set will also have ornaments. So here's what the Raid armor looks like without the ornaments, and here's what it looks like with the ornaments applied. It adds this sort of glowing light effect emitting from the armor, which looks really cool. Now some ornaments can only be obtained in certain ways. So of course, for example, the Raid ornaments can only be obtained from the Raid, the Trials ornaments can only be obtained from playing the Trials of Osiris, I assume by either completing the bounties or going flawless and going to the lighthouse. And the Iron Lord ornaments I assume will come from the Iron Lord record book that you will receive when you boot up the Rise of Iron. As for exotic ornaments, they can be obtained from a new version of Sterling Treasure called Radiant Treasures, and these Radiant Treasures can be found from the Eververse, although we don't know if there's going to be any other activities that will reward us with Radiant Treasures, like the current Sterling Treasures do now, by either completing the level 40 challenge of Elders, the weekly featured Crucible playlist, or receiving one for free in the Purse Master. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with Radiant Treasures, but that is how we'll obtain exotic ornaments. So there you have it. Like I said, these ornaments are probably one of my favourite features of the Rise of Iron. I cannot wait to see what kind of options are available for some of the other exotic pieces, and these don't only apply to weapons as well, there's also going to be exotic armour that will have ornaments. Now, if you watched my previous video all the way to the end, you'll know that I'm currently away in Germany for Gamescom. I'm here to play the Rise of Iron and capture some exclusive early access footage for you guys, which I'm going to be able to upload soon. So if you do want to see some hands-on exclusive Rise of Iron footage, do stay tuned to my channel. Because I'm away from home and away from my PC, making videos is a little bit more difficult since I'm in a hotel room, but do please bear with me, I've got a lot of videos planned, so do keep an eye on my channel. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you next time.